Most people think bravery means, well, not being scared at all. Like, heroes are just cool under pressure. But what if a story like Annemarie or Hansen's in Number the Stars actually shows us something totally different? That maybe bravery is, it's about feeling that fear and acting anyway.
That's precisely it. That's the heart of the book, really. You're dropped right into Copenhagen, 1943, World War II.
Yeah.
And suddenly childhood just crashes headlong into this immense danger from the Nazi occupation. For Annemarie, everything suddenly feels huge and terrifyingly cruel. Her whole world just shrinks.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that a bit. Here are some of the most compelling essential insights from Number the Stars. Just enough, hopefully, to shed light on the deeper meaning and pull you into this amazing literary journey. So the first big moment, the real turning point for Annemarie, it happens when she has to save her best friend Ellen, single-handedly. It's not just about running or hiding. It's this huge internal shift, right? A psychological leap. This is where that lesson about fear really hits home. She realizes she can't just wait for the fear to go away.
Right. And Lowry does this so well because it kind of pushes back against that standard war hero idea. Bravery isn't about being fearless, not at all. It's about choosing to keep going despite the terror. It's that internal commitment. She understands what the book puts so simply. That's all the brave means, not thinking about the dangers, just thinking about what you must do.
Wow, that really reframes it, doesn't it? It makes you ask yourself, what risk would you take? What's the ultimate risk you'd face for someone you love? Okay, so the next essential insight. It digs into this idea of imagination, of stories. Fairy tales, they always promise a happily ever after. But what happens when real life is just nothing like that? When the Nazis occupied Copenhagen, Annemarie's simple, safe life just vanished overnight.
Exactly. And this is where you see Lowry's skill. Those stories Annemarie remembers, like Little Red Riding Hood. They aren't just, filler. They become tools for coping. Lowry sets up this stark contrast, the cold, hard reality versus the deep human need for fiction, for hope. Hope isn't passive. It actually flickers through these old tales and through friendship, too. It gives them a way to frame survival, to imagine something better when everything outside is chaotic.
So is it even possible, then, to hold on to hope, that sense of normalcy or play when nothing feels safe? The book seems to say yes, definitely, but it takes real effort.
And speaking of looking at these deeper themes and character insights, this is Mindful Moments, our YouTube channel. We offer AI literary analysis, character deep dives, and thematic critiques, all aimed at inspiring deeper reading and reflection. Check it out.
Right. So moving on, there's this other maybe surprising insight about resistance. It's not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes survival hinges on the smallest things, like just not being noticed.
Precisely. For the Danish people resisting, real bravery often meant being anonymous. It feels counterintuitive, doesn't it, compared to the usual hero story? But that quiet resistance, it demanded people become almost invisible, blend in completely to avoid drawing any attention.
Yeah, that's the core lesson Annemarie picks up from everyone around her. Blend in. Even tiny choices become these powerful acts of protection. Her mother literally tells her it is important to be one of the crowd, always. Be one of many, be sure that they never have reason to remember your face. That tension between needing to act and needing to disappear, it's just masterfully done.
It makes you wonder, really, in that kind of terrifying situation, could blending in, that deliberate act of becoming forgettable, actually be the bravest move?
And that leads us to the relationships, especially Annemarie and Ellen's friendships. Some friendships, they start with laughter and fun. Theirs gets cemented by pure terror. Remember that scene, that heart-stopping moment when the soldiers nearly catch them demanding who they are?
Suddenly their childhood games are just gone, replaced by this raw understanding that their bond is literally life or death. The emotional weight of that shared fear is so real, it locks their connection in place. And Lowry captures it so quietly, so perfectly. When they finally get home, Ellen just whispers, "I was so scared," and Annemarie says, "Me too." Yeah. That shared vulnerability right there, that's the bedrock of their friendship. Yeah. The whole story just keeps peeling back these layers, showing you something deeper about human connection and how quickly innocence can just be stripped away, leaving this resilient core behind. And that resilience, I think, circles us right back to the title, Number the Stars. The symbolism there is so powerful. When Annemarie feels lost in the darkness, the world feeling huge and scary, she looks up at that vast, star-filled sky. Lowry seems to be saying, like the stars themselves, hope might feel too immense to count, too vast to grasp sometimes, but it can never truly be put out. It can't be taken away by earthly forces. It endures.
Discover genre-based literary podcasts at Mindful Moments. Subscribe and nourish your mind on the go.